Hello, good morning. Nice to meet you, Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. Nice to meet you.
My name's Fox.
Nice to meet you.
So where are you from?
I'm originally from Norristown, Pennsylvania. It's more suburban, I guess.
Right,
A little
right.
bit down the train line.
Okay. So what brought you all the way out here to Philadelphia? You know, it's cold out here.
It's freezing. I guess my addiction did. I never really came out here until recently, probably about a year ago. I was never homeless though. I was just coming down to, grab. Then a couple months ago, we ended up homeless because my son's father just couldn't stop stealing from the place we were, staying. So
You staying out here?
now we are, yeah, in a tent.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Because I spotted you on the block with your covers on, you know,
yeah,
just standing there.
yeah.
Where's your husband at right now?
I have no idea. He's kind of I think he's a lot worse. I can't say worse, but he's a lot worse in his addiction than I am. And last night we were on the train. We were going to head to 15th Street just to keep warm in the
Right.
station. And I got off the train and he wasn't behind me, so I have no idea where
He
he's
had
been.
just left you, disappeared?
Yeah,
All
and
right,
he does that a lot
all right,
because
right.
of the drugs. He's always chasing the next thing. So
You got any family in your life at all?
no, my family's not in my life while I'm getting high.
Nobody to call on? You know, it's Christmas Eve at all? Nobody reach out to?
No. Not unless like if I choose to get clean, they'll be there for me, but not.
Are they are they who's that? Is she okay? You okay, ma'am?
I used to live in my tent.
She used to live in your tent?
Wow.
You alright, Carrie?
No, I'm not. Yeah.
I feel you, girl.
All right. So what's it like struggling with addiction, being homeless?
I mean, I used to think that like having an addiction was like bad, being dope sick is bad, living it like having a house to go to is bad, but like being out here, it's like another world. It's like it's so much worse, especially being in this cold. It's hell. Yeah, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's horrible.
Now, I seen you standing out there on that corner. Were you working at all?
No, I don't trick. I boost. So like I steal, you know what I mean? I steal, but
Right.
I have this thing where I never boost sick because last time I went to jail, I was like 24 hours sick and
Uh-huh.
it was horrible. So like that's a thing that I just don't do. So basically I was just sitting there hoping to see somebody that I would know that would help me out.
Did you go to jail for boosting?
Yeah, I'm going to jail for these things.
Are you like tired of that lifestyle? Is that how you acquire money?
Yeah, that's how I get money. I don't, I'm very tired of this lifestyle. I'm just like, it's not like I'm afraid of living clean. I've been clean before, like for years, but
Right.
it's just I'm afraid of the detox is what it is.
I'm not sure. Did I get your age? How old are you?
28.
You're 28. Wow, you're very young.
I've been using since I was 21.
Oh, wow. God, it's a lot of people around.
Yeah. It's weird. I feel like when it gets colder, like there's more people out. I don't know.
So, why are you like out here just sitting on the block covered up in blankets? Why not like, go get some heat, shelter?
Well, I just got kicked out of the station. That's where I was.
Kicked out of where? I'm sorry.
The train station.
The train station.
That's where I was. And
That's where you get warm at.
Yeah, I have to say, like last night when I got there, they were pretty cool. Like they were like, "Are you homeless?" I was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Well, come with me. We have somewhere you can lay."
Right.
It was like heated. It was cool, but then like after a certain while, when people are going to work, they don't want, people laying there. I guess so. You know what I'm saying? They have to kick you out eventually. You can't live there. So.
Right.
Right. So.
How was your old life before the drugs?
Before drugs, I
Before
would say
drugs.
it was pretty traumatizing. It was never good when I first got clean, and I was clean for a couple years. That was good life.
What can you tell me about Kensington? What you think about this place?
Don't ever come here. Just don't. It's like a cesspool. You get stuck, and it's not people. It's zombies. It's like you. It's just the.
Said it's
It's
zombies?
zombies.
Zombie apocalypse out here, huh?
Yeah, and it's the last place you would ever want to be. I'd rather be in jail. I'd rather be anywhere but here. Just don't do it.
What do you want out of life?
What do I want out of life? I would like to stay clean. I'd like to be a mother to my son.
You have a son?
I do.
How old is he?
He'll be 7 in March.
7?
Yeah. And the last we heard from him, he basically said that he hates us and thanks for nothing at 6 years old. So that's kind of what turned me around. That's what kind of made me want to go to rehab, other than the cold. But so I think pretty soon here I'll be going to rehab.
When's the last time you seen him?
3 years ago.
3 years ago?
Yeah, we're not allowed to see him if while we're using, and this run's been probably close to 3.5 years since I've gotten clean last.
What can you say about your husband? What type of man is he?
He's not a man. He's not. I mean, he leaves me out here on a daily basis. Doesn't care what happens to me. Doesn't care if I'm sick. Doesn't have any. He doesn't want to get clean at all. He doesn't want anything better for himself or me. I mean, you can tell from him leaving me on the train last night. Like, who would do that? Like a normal man would be worried sick. You know what I mean? Like, that's not. He's no man. He's a little boy.
I know you guys are married, but why do you choose to still stay with him?
I guess probably just so I have someone out here. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I know someone's going to be there. It's not really a good reason, but honestly, I don't know. There's no good reason, really, for me to stay with him. I think it's just something familiar because I don't have family around here.
I understand. Have you ever made an attempt at trying to get clean? Like
Yeah.
a real good attempt?
Yeah, I was clean for like almost 2.5 years.
2.5 years?
As soon as I met my husband back in my life, I take responsibility for my actions, but when he comes back in my life, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? It's just what happens. We're toxic for each other.
During that 2.5 years, he wasn't in your life, was he?
No. I had gone to rehab, moved to a recovery house. He didn't know where I was, and then he ended up he tried to get clean because I told him I didn't want to be with him unless he was going to be in recovery. Came to that town, and then relapsed, and I ended up relapsing with him.
What was that day like for you? How did it transpire?
It was weird. I mean, I was literally at the library working on my resume.
What?
Yep. And he just turned to me and was like, "Yeah, you want to get high today?" And I was just like, "You got works?" That's how easy it was. Like, that's how quick, you know what I mean? Like, that's all it takes for me to be in that place where I don't want to be using, to how quick I can be in that place where I will. You know what I mean? It sucks. So I think it's just a matter of like where I am, who I'm with, having that effect on me. You know what I mean? I guess maybe I'm easily affected. I don't know, but I make my own decisions.
Okay. Now, what type of feelings does the drug use give you?
At first, it was like, like,
No.
I mean, it was like a relief, just like everything from my past, like everything, that bad that happened to me was gone.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, the drug use just keeps me normal, like, well, you know what I mean? I don't get high, and when I do, it kind of just makes me think of how good my life was when I wasn't on drugs.
And what's your drug of choice? I'm sorry, I forgot to ask.
Dope, and I do meth as well.
Dope and meth?
Usually speedballs.
How often are you off these substances? Well, on them, I'm sorry.
Always.
Always?
I'm always on something.
Like, daily, like, what's your usage? How much?
Oh, on a good day, probably close to a bundle.
Bundle? How many times? How many times is that? I'm not sure. I'm not acquainted with
That's like 16 bags a day.
16 bags? Ooh.
Yeah. And, you know, a little bit of ice with each shot I shoot. So, yeah. It's a lot.
Now, is there a family member that you would, like, want to reconnect with?
My mom. My dad died due to addiction as well, but, my mom, she's in Alabama. But she just doesn't want to talk to me unless I'm clean.
Right.
So.
Now, who introduced you to drugs?
My husband.
How did I know that answer?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all my life I swore I would never get high because my dad died. You know what I mean? When I was 16, my dad died.
Uh-huh.
And my dad died when I was clean. Or when he was clean, I mean. He just died because his liver failed. But I don't know how it ended up happening. I mean, I was drinking at the time real heavily.
Right.
And then it kind of, I guess because I was drunk, I was easily influenced. So.
Can I keep it real with you?
Yeah, always.
It breaks my heart to see you out here, you know, bundled up in your blankets. It's 10-degree weather on Christmas Eve.
I know. I know.
You should be home with your son.
I know.
Where do you see yourself in a year?
I really hope I find the strength to go to treatment. Like I'm trying to go to treatment like in the next couple of days here. If I find that strength in a year, I see myself with my own place. But like before, it took me 6 months to get my life back. Like when I got clean last time. So I know I can get my own place. I know I can get back in my son's life. I know I can get a job. Like I know I'm capable of doing that. It's just whether or not I'm going to. So.
Have you ever overdosed?
Yeah, not in a while though. It's been close to 4 years probably, but yeah, not recently.
Are you afraid to die out here in Kensington?
I'd rather die out than be out here in Kensington.
You'd rather die?
I'd rather die than be out here in Kensington.
Nah, don't say that. You gotta live for your son.
You're right. Yeah, I wish I felt that. I mean, I wouldn't rather die than live a clean life. I'd rather die than be out here in Kensington.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Well, this is the end of the interview. See you again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Hopefully it's not out here.
I hope not.
Hope you get the strength and the courage to go get clean. No?
Thank you.
All time me to be praying for you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Join All Time Media's Patreon for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes content and face-to-face live video chat. Thank you, guys. The link is in the description below.